YouTube, we got a reaction to a reaction. Hey man, I don't know how to feel about this whole Will Smith slapping Chris Rock thing, but hey, he slapped the head. I had to watch my. He slapped him. He slapped the man hard, bro. But hey, let's get into it.
Who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Uh-oh. Richard.
Boom!
Wow.
Damn.
Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
ウィル・スミスにやられました。
Wow, dude. It was a G.I. Jane joke.
G.I. ジェーンのジョークだったんです。
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television.
テレビ史上最高の場面でしょうか。
Hey, I think in his mind.
To the people who feel like Will Smith is right in the idea of going up and slapping somebody because he disrespected his wife,
You're broke. That's why you think that.
Yeah, you have.
That's the only
nothing,
reason you think
You
that.
have nothing to lose in your life because there's never a point. There's never ever a point in your life where you should.
And you gotta understand too. It's comedy. It's comedy. If you know comedy, you gotta understand the fact that you can't really take comedians too serious, bruh. You can't, cause in their head it's comedy.
Believe that getting violent with somebody physically because of what they said through words, that should never be the answer unless you legitimately have nothing to lose, which a lot of you all probably don't have nothing to lose. And the fact that there's a lot of women who also provoke men to have this type of response, because on Twitter the timeline is filled with a bunch of women saying, "That's right,
stand up for her,
stand up for your wife."
Yep.
It's like, bro, like nigga,
you guys are broke.
Yo,
and it's fine, but you should understand that people like Chris Rock and Will Smith have lawyers on retainer to the tune of millions of dollars a year because of frivolous, litigious people. So they get sued all the time for dumb shit. Will Smith could easily understand how Chris Rock could sue him for the tune of like $10 million because of all the embarrassment he received on one of the most televised award shows on the internet. If you don't have nothing to lose, just say that. But for people that have something to lose, you can't do this.
You can't do that.
We can't celebrate people achieving bags and then also celebrate them throwing it away.
After he slapped Chris Rock, he then sat down and started yelling about keep my name out of
keep my wife's name.
Keep my wife's name out of your mouth. Which honestly, man, it's such an odd thing to say to a man who just said that your wife would fit the role of G.I. Jane. And if that is one of the things that you got upset about, I would dare argue though, just a thought. There's plenty of things that other people have said that I'm pretty sure Will Smith has ran across over the past 2 years that has said much worse things about his wife. What I think happened, and we might be able to show if you go back, originally he kind of laughed it off, and then Jada rolled her eyes like, oh my God, and then Will just immediately turned. This nigga is emotionally damaged because of the shit that's been going on over the past couple of years, and he just took it out on Chris Rock, and he did it in a manner in which it was publicized so it could go viral, and now everybody now knows not to make fun of his wife anymore.
But the fucked up part about that is that after seeing this, while his peers might not make fun of his wife as a result, the internet is absolutely going to do the opposite.
Sure.
And so that's the worst part is he's actually not even going to achieve what he set out to do here. So even if you want to celebrate him protecting his wife, is it protecting his wife if now online, when he goes home and what he has to read online, his Twitter feed, his IG DMs, everything is just jokes to inspire, well, this sort of reaction right here. This is literally what trolls live for, to get this sort of reaction out of people. And while I'll usually say you should be pretty sensitive on like,
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I've read his book. He said in his book he was out there slapping niggas. He was out there slapping niggas left and right. And he had the security with him while he was slapping niggas. And they was like, Willard, nigga, you out here slapping. We supposed to be slapping the niggas for you. That's what you pay me for. I don't know, man. You never know.
Don't know what people
might
are
be
dealing
tied.
with. Sure. This is the context of an award show.
It's still
whether
the
it's
level,
what's the
though.
sports award show?
I don't lie.
The ESPYs, they make jokes about plenty of people on plenty of sensitive subjects. So not only is jokes on the celebrities in the crowd normal for these types of award shows, but it's celebrated and people sit there and rank how they felt about the jokes compared to last year. So it's not even like what Chris Rock did was unprecedented. The only line he crossed here was it's a condition she's dealing with. To joke about someone's condition, you have to make sure your joke is really, really funny, because otherwise it's just not going to go over well. So I don't watch the Oscars. Yeah. But fuck, do I want to watch the Oscars now? Like, I almost wanted to tune in to see if to see if Will Smith would win. This footage right here, I haven't even watched it yet, was right after the commercial break. They said Denzel Washington and who else? Tyler Perry were consoling Will Smith, and he had some tears come down his eyes.
I ain't see this clip, man.
The fucked up part is he didn't protect Jada by slapping Chris Rock across the face. Because this will only apply more pressure to what seems like an already pretty tumultuous relationship. As far as we know, because Jada keeps talking about her relationship publicly online. Because if she didn't do that, we wouldn't know anything about their relationship.
I'm not even gonna get to that yet, but we gonna get there.
Right. I say this all the time. I think Will Smith's relationship with Jada is a perfect reason why you guys will never see me talk about anybody I'm actively dating online. Because there's no need to deal with that pressure.
But they go. Like we're here already. The biggest reason why I don't feel sorry for Will and Jada for whatever responses they receive is because they purposely go out of their way to put private information out on the internet.
That's
so much
true.
So to where it's not only that they're answering questions.
They tell us stuff we don't need to know.
They also sit down themselves and have these conversations that, quite frankly, nobody was asking them to have.
Yeah, so
I didn't know. No one did not need to know.
In the spirit of openness, I have Will Smith's book right by my bed. I haven't read it yet, but I've been meaning to.
Yeah.
And in his book, I heard they talk about a lot of really, really private matters with his family. And look,
hey, I don't want to ruin the book for the people out there that was watching, but he go deep. He go deep, especially like towards the end. He go deep into it. But can you really fight him for the joke though? At the same time, I mean, you can, but it's comedy. That's what they hired him for.
it is what it is. I think part of opening up is people realizing that Will Smith is also human. He could also make mistakes. And this right here, objectively, is a fucking mistake. Not only did he do the opposite of protect his wife by applying more pressure to their already fucked up relationship, but on top of that, now his Twitter feed is gonna be crazy.
And what's also crazy is that he slapped somebody on live television.
He slapped the hell out of somebody.
Will Smith is at a point where he's basically white.
A
He slapped
comedian.
somebody on TV and nobody arrested him. Like,
That had nothing to do with being white.
I'm
This
just
is having power.
I'm just saying.
He's just
But
powerful.
Will Smith is at a point of privilege where he can slap somebody on live TV and nobody does anything. Matter of fact, it's the actual opposite. They're like comforting him as if like he didn't just assault a man. Like that's crazy. That's the world that Will Smith lives in. And part of the reason why we even at this point, think about this, think how crazy it is. And the part of the reason why we're at this point of possibly him having a massive discomfort about people talking about his wife is because they put their own information out on the internet. Again, things that nobody didn't care about. So now it ain't gonna get worse because he's gonna get a whole bunch of August Alsina jokes.
But the point is you need to see people make a mistake, you need to be able to forgive them, and you need to move on from the situation. People improve in all ways. Bro, Will Smith is dealing with massive pressure, not just in his career, because his wife is talking about his very private relationship very publicly on her show all the time and adding to the pressure, bro. If you can't see or empathize with what Will Smith is going through, you're not that much of a human, dog. You're lacking empathy, and you're lacking it in large amounts, my guy. So that being said, while I do feel for Will Smith, come on, dog.
I agree.
This is no way to act.
Let me be clear. I'm not sitting here saying that Will Smith, though he made a mistake, let's be clear, still a mistake. It's an understandable one. So I don't want to make it seem like this is just so unacceptable. Like it's not like he just unwarrantedly just came out of nowhere and slapped him. Like I understand where all of it stems from. So let's be clear. I just think the reason why I don't give it that much,
stand up for
I don't
your
give it
wife.
that much leeway because it definitely feels like a lot of this stuff is built up, and he feels like Will Smith feels like he's on a very clear plane and purpose of his life, and he doesn't want people to disrupt it just because they're trying to get some jokes off. So there's been a few more things that's been revealed as time has progressed. The first thing is that Chris Rock actually is not pressing charges. Something that I
Smack a comedian though.
expected to happen
That,
just because
I
I
don't
didn't
know.
think that Chris Rock, optically speaking, it just didn't look
Because
great
it's
if Chris Rock were to press charges against Will Smith, especially since Chris Rock has apologized. Two, a lot of people are claiming that this whole debacle, everything that happened, is because you shouldn't be talking about nobody's wife and this right here was in the making since 2016. Oh, da 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 da. And honestly, I think people are dragging it a bit. A couple of reasons.
Yeah, I can
people are
agree with that.
referencing something that happened back in the 2016 Oscars that Chris Rock said about Will and Jada, and claimed that the reason why Jada's boycott wasn't going to be that impactful of the Oscars is because, Jada didn't get invited to the Oscars.
Oh, it's quite like Jada got mad. Jada says she's not coming, protesting. I'm like, is she on a TV show? Jada's gonna boycott the Oscars. Jada boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited.
Which, honestly, I don't know why people think that that's such a bad joke or why that's a massive dig to the point where it would have Will Smith holding a grudge against Chris Rock for several years, especially because normally Will Smith is a guy who, he's lighthearted. I mean, even in the moment when the joke was being made, Will Smith is at first laughing at the joke. But the problem that I have is that when we go down this path of, you can't talk about my wife, you can't talk about our relationship, I'm getting tired of it. When are we drawing the line? Because literally, during the exact same night, Regina Hall made a joke about Will Smith and Jada Smith in their relationship, and nobody says anything.
How
Damn.
do you are, Tim, or you're still with Penelope? You know what, actually? No. Your test is fine. It says that you're married. Negative. Will Smith, you're married, but you know what? You're on the list, and looks like Jada approved you, so you get on up here. Get on up here.
Nobody said nothing at all. She made an immediate jab
Damn.
at their relationship in the concept.
See, I ain't see that part.
Even though Will Smith is married, that they could still have this sexual encounter with one another behind the scenes. So because of that, I'm going to pivot a little bit as more information has been brought to me. I personally don't believe it has that much to do with their relationship, especially if somebody on the same night made a joke about y'all's relationship and nobody said a word. I think that it has way more to just do with the fact that Jada Pinkett Smith is dealing with a hair loss disease and alopecia, and he made a joke that honestly wasn't the funniest joke either, but he made a joke about it that deemed to be crossing the line. And even though I still understand the concept, though, of protecting your wife, you laughing first and then not only...
He was laughing his ass off.
To me, kind of puts Will out of the bounds of me just being upright. Black men, we're going to respect each other. Like, bro, he was laughing.
Hey, not to mention that, the nigga was laughing when he walked on stage before he smacked him. He was laughing as he smacked him. What the fuck?
I want to sit here and act like he's completely impeachable because he was protecting his wife.
I think this is going to be a very interesting conversation in comment section below. Let us know, what side do you stand on? You stand on the side of standing upright and strong for your woman, or do you actually stand on the side of freedom of speech and getting to say what you want to, not what you want to say, but getting what you want to say to a certain extent at an award show? Because that was such a light joke that I can't imagine. It definitely didn't warrant niggas slap in slapping the him. face.
This nigga August Alsina was fucking his wife on the other side of the fucking wing, and this nigga didn't slap
Yo,
her.
Alright, bro.
this nigga low wildin'.
Is that not?
Cut
Let us
the
know how y'all
camera.
feel in the comment section down below.
Nigga August Alsina was dicking out his wife,
And we'll catch you guys in the next one, man. Peace.
Hey, Lord, Adrian ain't never getting it. Well, Lo ain't getting that damn Will call no time soon. Damn. I don't know, man. Let me know in the comments what you think on this. I ain't really taking no sides. I don't know. I ain't know that she said that Regina Hall said the joke too though. And he didn't get mad about that. So that's kinda yeah. And then Chris Rock a comedian though, so that's kinda I don't know. Let me know, man. Like, comment, subscribe, gang. I don't know.